Hi, good morning and welcome to this week's edition of the Panel Guy. This week we're going to do something a little bit different. There's loads of manufacturers all over the world, and we're still obviously learning to hear from you out there as manufacturers, so we can talk about you on the channel. But one thing that all panels need to be part of a system is fixings, and it's all about reliability. We want to make sure that the panels are installed correctly to the certification for the correct need, the correct usage for the longevity of the projects. And talking from my personal experience and talking to a lot of my peers, a lot of my ex-colleagues, a lot of people who I work with in the industry, they need to trust who they use, who their projects are installed with. And from that personal experience, the company I'd like to talk today about is a company called Ejot. Now, I've known Ejot for around 30 years now. Started off with just talking about, I thought it was just another generic fixing. But with the heritage of Ejot, which I will come into shortly, I used to look after some of the sites for BAA, Stansted, Gatwick, Heathrow, and when we used to work on those projects, we had a number of contractors who were doing projects. They weren't sure about installation, and at that time I was working for a manufacturer working overseas, and people were saying, oh well, we want to make sure that the panels are installed correctly, want to make sure that the pull-out tests, want to make sure that they perform correctly. And I could make a phone call to Ejot, and within 24 hours there was somebody from Ejot on site performing pull-out tests, making sure that the quality of the fixings was correct, making sure that the application was correct, all for no charge, and it was all done on site. It was all done very, very professionally, very, very strong, and reliable. And that's something which, as we in our industry, that's what we need, so we want to make sure that the, if we're doing a project where fire, or if it's a longevity, it's a coastal location, those kind of things, we want to make sure that the correct fixings are used. So, we want to make sure that things like stainless steel fixings are used, whether it's a colour head fastener, or if it's carbon steel, depending on the type of application, what it is, we want to make sure that the right fixings are used. So just to talk about Ejot, they were founded in 1922, in Germany. Obviously, they've evolved over the years, with acquisitions and growth. And obviously, excuse me, as Ejot don't just manufacture for the construction industry, they're very, very heavily involved in the automotive industry as well. The huge, vast company in terms of the types of things they do, from metal, plastics, engineered plastics and metal form parts. So yeah, it's a company that I'm happy and I'm proud to talk about today. If you don't use Ejot, please reach out to your local Ejot representative. Get them coming to see you. Get them come show you what they've got, the types of fixings they've got. They're a global manufacturer, and with global representation. They've got over 3,500 employees in 38 locations around the world. They are part of the Global Fastener Alliance, which was founded in 1998, and that guarantees quality, reliability around the world for obviously for the industry of fixings and fasteners. So like I say, with that you have got that quality and that reliability there. They work on third-party accreditation such as ETAs, and even with FM, Factory Mutual, they put the money where their mouth is. They make sure that they are properly audited, assessed, certified. And again, that's all as part of the roofing and cladding system. So whether it's a composite panel, or whether it's a built-up system, whether it's a facade system, whether it's internal firewalls, cold stores, clean rooms, those kind of things, they have the fixings correct to suit the performance of what's needed. But yeah, like I say, certainly in the UK and Europe, one thing which I talk about quite a bit is the EN 14519, as part of composite panel standards. We want to make sure that everything is done to the manufactured test and standard, and that's certainly something that Ejot, do with all their fixings as well, making sure that they do comply with that. Ejot themselves, like I say, they never stand still in terms of what they're doing, in terms of the construction. I myself last year, I was working on a solar system. At the time it was the only fully tested system, so it was a composite panel and the solar system integrated and fully tested together, which was the Ejot Delta Energy. That was something which we'd done with UL, which was fully tested with UL, a big test facility in the States. But what we also did was, because of obviously what Ejot do, they invited me over to the Applitech Centre over in Leeds, or Sherburn and Elbert in Yorkshire, and I was very, very proud to go along and to go and do the testing, go and do some test rigs, the different types of installation, making sure it was correct, because it was such a new system, hadn't been installed. They wanted to be involved. They wanted to show their support, and for that, obviously, I was very, very grateful. But I was also very proud as well to have them involved and to help me out, and myself, Chris, Bruce, and Jason. We were all involved in the team and the product development. It was stunning. Obviously they came up with lots of ideas, lots of innovations in terms of helping the product develop, and that's something which as I say, they do globally. It's not just UK or European. Obviously they are global anyway, so whether it's North, South America, Asia, wherever it is in the world, they're up to date. They know the local regulations, they know what's needed for all the types of certification and application, and they have got the products and the experience and the knowledge to be able to do that. So like I say, if you've never used Ejot before, where have you been? But if you are looking for a top quality fastener fixing, sealing system, whatever it is, please get in touch with Ejot, and I'm sure they'll be able to assist you. But yeah, I'll post some links at the end to talk about the history, the types of things which they're doing, all the innovations which they have, which they've got, crazy amounts of, all the types of developments. They're never standing still. The products such as like the Delta PT. This is something which has been rolled out globally, and it's massively important. But yeah, this week on the 25th of July, Ejot UK are celebrating their 40th anniversary. So make sure you get in touch with Ejot UK, and wish them obviously congratulations in this milestone for them. I know I'll be speaking to the team there as well. Yeah. So as I say, I'll post some links at the end. So please do get in touch with Ejot and your local office of Ejot, and please reach out and have a chat with them, and hopefully they can assist you on your project requirements. If you'd like me to give you an introduction, please drop me an email, info@thepanelguy.net. Happy to do so. But yeah, next week we'll hopefully have some. We'll be a little bit late next week due to taking some time off for annual leave. But I'll get the episode over and uploaded as soon as I can. Once again, just reaching out to, as I say, the manufacturers around the world. So if you're a manufacturer that hasn't been in touch yet, you'd like to be on the channel, you'd like me to talk about your company and introduce you, please reach out, get in touch with me, and anything I can do to assist you. So if you need me to come and have a look at any projects that you're working on, give you some consultation service, again, please reach out, info@thepanelguy.net. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. Please, as always, like, subscribe, share. Thank you very much for your support. We can't do this without you. We're just trying to make the industry a better place. So hopefully hopefully we can, you know, we're doing that with what we are. But like I say, hopefully I'll see you soon. Okay, take care. Thank you. Bye-bye.